I want to jump over then to what is our platform partner demo with Agile Transformation. So a quick introduction here. So Sally Alata is with us today, and she's going to be covering the demo. Sally is the founder and president of Agile Transformation Incorporated. She's a visionary of AgilityHealth and author of AgileVideos.com. She is a thought leader in the space of business agility transformations, who's advised many executives and leaders through their transformations. In 2014, AgilityHealth, their continuous measurement and growth platform, was released to the market, and they are focused on making AgilityHealth the premier assessment and growth platform for organizations that are scaling Agile. She has done extensive work with Scaled Agile to design health radars specifically around Agile release trains, Agile release train health, Agile portfolio health, and coming soon, safe DevOps health. So with that, Sally, again, thank you very much for being here with us today. And with that, I will pass it over to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me just make sure I can present, and let me know when you can see my slide deck.
We can see the deck.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much for the introduction. Really appreciate it. Excited to be here with everybody today. I'm going to just take a few minutes, 10 minutes, to give you a quick overview of AgilityHealth, why we built it, how our partners leverage AgilityHealth, and how it can help you within your own consulting practice. So before I jump into how we talk about AgilityHealth with our customers and the value that it provides for them, I wanted to pause and sort of take you to the end of where AgilityHealth can help you as a partner. Our objective for our partners is that you could leverage AgilityHealth to quantifiably demonstrate the value that you bring to your customers. We find a lot of our customers say they're investing in a lot of coaching and a lot of training, but they want to see and measure the ROI of that. The other benefit is really expanding your reach and the volume of the services that you deliver to customers. And that is because by leveraging measurements and assessments at the train level, at the portfolio, at the team level, even the new DevOps, you're going to uncover more gaps within that organization, and you'll be able to increase that reach and the volume. You'll actually be able to go wider within the organization. We also found some of our partners, especially international ones, are really differentiating their value proposition based on their ability to actually prove from an ROI perspective the impact that they're making. And then lastly, as I introduced you to one of our exciting features called the Growth Portal, we found many of our partners to say that they could leverage that as a way to scale their ability to help the teams, especially teams that don't have coaches with them. All of you guys know there's usually 100 teams and only 5 coaches. So how can you, one, enable teams to help themselves, but also 2, be able to pull you and request book time with you as a coach when needed. So those are just things to keep in mind as I walk you through the journey of what is AgilityHealth in terms of the value proposition for partners. So when we built AgilityHealth, the problems we were trying to solve is, honestly, it was really hard to gain visibility into how the teams are doing, especially at scale. It was difficult to understand not just the hard metrics, because most of the managers were just focused on velocity and points and escape defects. But what about the quantitative metrics? We were starting to lose the story of how the team is really growing. Now that they've adopted SAFe, now that they've implemented all these practices, what's the % improvement in performance and productivity and maturity and happiness? We have to be able to tell that story. We have to be able to roll up data across multiple teams and look at some of the patterns. We also noticed something, which is leaders and managers don't have a backlog of growth items, areas and obstacles that they should be helping the team. This was honestly one of the main reasons we built AgilityHealth, is we were starting to lose the voice of the team and where they're asking for help. And as you guys know, without removing these organizational obstacles, the teams are not going to grow or accelerate. And the other last thing I want to mention is we just, all of us had our own version and Excel sheets and radars built using Excel or SurveyMonkey, and that's not scalable. An organization, after you leave, they're not going to be able to use something like that as a way of consistently becoming a learning organization. So we really built AgilityHealth as this measurement and continuous improvement platform with the goal of doing 3 things. 1, enabling visibility into the teams within the organization. Most companies, if you ask them right now, who are your teams? they really couldn't point you to all of them. They don't have a source of truth or a source of record for who are all of their teams. So that's number one. Secondly, how are they doing from a health and performance perspective, which is both qualitative and quantitative? And then finally, are those teams aligned to the right business outcomes? And so this continuous process of measuring, growing, and iterating is really the heart and soul of what we do. So there are three metrics that matter that I'm going to go through quickly with you that AgilityHealth tracks for your teams. One of them is quantifiable, and the qualitative metrics, are the team health, the release train health, the portfolio. All the radars that you see that we're famous for right now are all qualitative metrics. They basically measure practices, behaviors. They help us visualize, do we all agree that this is what DevOps means? And do we all agree that if we measure against this every quarter that we could improve and get better? So that's what the qualitative metrics are. From a quantitative perspective, we integrate with Jira, Rally, CA, version 1 HP, coming up as TFS, and we actually pull what we call just enough hard metrics and quantitative metrics so that we really could marry the qualitative and quantitative and tell you the story of how the teams are doing. And we're really excited to announce right now is we're building the business outcome dashboard. And the outcome dashboard, so think about what was just mentioned in this webinar about the importance of defining outcomes, putting business value towards them and measuring against them. So the outcome dashboard is extremely exciting because it really ties the three metrics together. This is the results we're trying to achieve, and if we're not achieving the results, then we can dig deeper into what of the qualitative and quantitative metrics are missing or need to be improved. So think of AgilityHealth as the single source of truth for teams, their enterprise teams, maturity, and performance. And an important note that I want to mention over here is the objective of measurement is to enable growth and improvement. It is never to punish or reward any team or organization. The minute that you punish or reward a team or their leadership for doing well or not doing well because of these radars, you'll never see the truth again. So we're actually really adamant about making sure we only attract organizations that are looking for becoming a learning organization, looking for a growth mindset and wanting to enable that within the organization, not looking for performance management and a way to punish or reward the teams. All right, so next let's talk about what we call the growth model, because AgilityHealth really brings in a continuous improvement growth model. What organizations are seeking right now is aligning teams to business outcomes so that these business outcomes can be achieved. They really want to shift away from just tracking work and projects and beginning to track the business outcomes and making sure that there's alignment throughout them, such as those PI objectives. So in order for this to happen, you need to remove obstacles. So we call it the two-way cycle. If you want to implement and remove, if you want to implement business outcomes, you need to remove obstacles. And obstacles can be removed by listening to the voice of the team every quarter during the inspect and the adapt, and I'll show you how that works. And allowing the team to identify organizational obstacles and beginning to create what we call growth leadership teams at the program level and at the enterprise level that could remove these obstacles for the teams. So there are 6 major capabilities of AgilityHealth. I won't go through them in a lot of detail, but I wanted you to be aware. But one of them is ability to manage teams. You can create and visualize your teams, your trains, your portfolios, your lines of business within AgilityHealth. We can become a source of truth for the teams for those enterprises. And we have many large enterprises right now that use us for that purpose. And they have hundreds and actually thousands of teams within AgilityHealth. The second objective is to measure the health and maturity and performance of your teams. Again, this is both the qualitative and the quantitative metrics, and watching the trending over time. The third capability is managing growth at every level, so having growth plans and helping the teams grow. And number 4 is actionable insight, so looking at dashboards that will tell you what, why, and now what do I do. Business outcome alignment dashboard is what we're working on right now that we're very excited about. And we've invested a ton and will continue on roles and talent development. So we've built roles for the various radars for the various roles that need to be improved and growing. So think about, these are the 6 questions that we are really trying to help an organization improve on and be able to answer through AgilityHealth. Those are just some of the roles that are leveraging AgilityHealth today. Teams, Scrum Masters, managers and RTEs, Agile coaches, and organizational leaders. So we really have been designed so that all these roles see benefit and value in measurement and continuous improvement. We have multiple radars that we've created. Obviously, we're known for the team health radar at the team level, but we have the safe radars, the release train health, the lean portfolio health. We have DevOps radar at the enterprise level. We have the enterprise business agility radar, which is really popular right now. And this is just an example of what a radar looks like at the team health level. These radars, specifically the team health radar, what it results in your ability is to show an organization how many of their teams are in crawl, walk, run, or fly stage. If you guys don't use crawl, walk, run, fly, and you want to use your own labels, maybe you do forming, storming, norming, performing, or you call them level 1, 2, 3, 4, you can also do that. But ultimately, companies want to know where are their teams at from a maturity, and how are we as coaches creating goals to improving their maturity quarter after quarter. This is an example of the release train health radar. Obviously, we're not going to go through this one in detail, but just visually so you understand at the art level, we're looking at the execution, the planning event, the preparation, the results. And in terms of when would you use each radar, we recommend that the team health radar is used at the IP. So at that last retrospective with the team, allow them to do their team health assessment, let it be rolled up, and during the inspect and the adapt is when you can roll up the data at the team level, analyze it, but also look at the program and the train. Is it healthy? Does it need assistance? And where can we improve as the train? And then the portfolio health radar could be used 3 times a year or twice a year to say, overall as a portfolio, are we improving and making progress? Here's just the coming soon. We've been really excited to spend the day out with our Scaled Agile friends in Boulder. If you guys have not been to the new office, you are in for a treat. It is beautiful and gorgeous, very colorful, and very open with a wonderful view to the mountains. We spent some time with Inbar and Mark building this radar, so you'll be hearing more and more about this soon as we launch it to the public. All right, the growth portal. I kind of teased you at the beginning with a conversation around how do you enable teams to grow if you're not with them. So the growth portal is a really exciting feature for us. For any of our radars, any of the radars that I just showed you, you could click at the competency level and see what are the recommendations from the coaches, what are some videos I can watch, resources, training, or request a coach. So here's just some screenshots of recommendations that you can add that teams can leverage even if you're not there with them. Videos that you could, we've already created a bunch of videos, but you can also upload your own videos to help the teams with that competency. Resources and articles and blogs that they can download. And this is my favorite part, where the organization can have an approved list of coaches and they could book time with an internal coach or an external coach to come help them. So before I end, I just wanted to give you a practical example of how do some of our partners actually use AgilityHealth. So here's 6 practical examples. One of them, they just embed it within their coaching. They buy assessments from us as a package, and as they are coaching teams and standing them up, they basically assess them, and over time, they show the actual ROI and maturity improvement across the teams, and that really helps them prove their impact. There's also program assessment. So you can, in 1 week, just having one coach, you can assess a program or a release train that has 8 teams in it. You can also, within 2 to 4 weeks, assess a line of business and do a baseline health assessments for 20 to 40 teams, roll up the data, and bring it up to the leadership level and help them remove obstacles. We also have some of our partners that are very interested in talent development. So they really care about improving roles. And so for those, they could leverage some of our new role-based radars, roll them up across the product owners, Scrum Master, Agile coaches, and then build more talent development growth plans. Obviously, the growth portal is one that I just showed you. But the other last one is the EBA, the Enterprise Business Agility Assessment. We just had a recent partner, actually a safe partner as well, who said that they feel like the organization's only using them to stand up trains, and they really wanted to use the business agility assessment to show them that they have problems at the portfolio and at the leadership level as well. And so that's how they're rolling out that assessment as a way to uncover additional needs that they have. These are just examples of some of the customers that we're in right now and some of the partners. This is not an exhaustive list, but just we're really excited with obviously our partnership with SAFE and very much around all the customers that believe in our vision and continuous improvement, and happy to work with you guys. Feel free to reach out to us if you want to learn more, and I think this would be a good time to take questions.